Hello and welcome back to another video of Formula 1 Challenge 1996. Today is race 6 of the season, the Monaco Grand Prix, my personal favorite. If you haven't seen the previous video, go and check it out. The San Marino Grand Prix, it's been an interesting race, as in the previous season a lot of DNFs and such. And if you have seen last year's Monaco, then you remember that it's been a one driver finish. I think it was Lamy maybe, I don't actually remember, but only one car finished after. We just gave up the race because it was just completely pointless to continue. So hopefully this is not going to be the case for this race. However, at this point the expectations are not very high, so the plan is just go through the race and be over with it, and hopefully the AI doesn't go crazy as it usually does and doesn't end up destroying itself on every single vol on every possible occasion. And hopefully we can avoid a massive start crash as well. So yeah, we'll just see how it's gonna go and what will happen along the race, and we just hope for the best. That's all we can do really. So let's head over to the press, not the qualifying session yet. So let's head over to the press, have a look at the newspaper and see what happened throughout the week before we start the qualifying session. So as you can see here, Ron Dennis is very happy with the result from San Marino, as McLaren finished in 1-2, and they are positive that they can be competitive and take the fight to Williams and fight it out for the title this year. Schumacher is very optimistic about Ferrari. However, he said that there is still a lot of work to do if they want to be competitive again. And Damon Hill commented on his and his teammate pit lane crash that such mistakes are just not acceptable and they just not going to repeat that. So without further ado, let's head over to the qualifying session, do the hot lap and see where we end up on the grid. Let's go! So here we are starting our first hot lap. We're the first, well, not the first ones on the track, I thought so. So hopefully we're not gonna get stuck behind the car that was in front of us. Just down the hill. And some parts of this track actually feel a little bit different than they did previous season. Again, I'm not entirely sure why, but it is what it is, and we just keep going as it is. So, as I mentioned, it's one of my personal favorites. I really love this track, and I really wish the AI wasn't that stupid here, or, well, hands down suicidal. And you can see here one of the Ferraris already crashed into the wall. So this is a good start for the weekend. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna see plenty more of this throughout the entire race, especially on that part, that chicane after the tunnel, because that seems to be the sweet spot for the AI to make stupid mistakes and leave a front wing or a wheel or two on the wall. And our first lap is not very convincing. It's a 1:25, which is definitely a poor lap, so we just go for another one. Hopefully not getting stuck behind anyone or not seeing anyone crashing right in front of us. And in the first sector we're already a little bit faster than in the previous lap. It's about 2/10, which is not a lot, but if we can extend this, we might win an entire second by the end of the lap. which is still not the best result, but it's not too bad either. So let's see, going towards sector 2, and this time no one's here on the middle of the track.
Johnny Herbert.
We cut the corner a little. And try not to make any mistakes at Raskas. And we're still 2/10 faster than in the previous lap. And what's it gonna be? 1:23, so almost 2 seconds faster. Let's see where it takes us on the podium. And Alesi is starting from pole position, followed by Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari, which is quite unusual. Damon Hill starts from P3, and his teammate Villeneuve, who's currently leading the championship, starts on P4. Brundle starts from P5. It's a pretty good result from him. Häkkinen on P6. And on our teammate Panis starts from P7. And it's us right alongside him, as you can see here, on P8. So hopefully we can avoid any clashes at the start. Salo starting from P9. Herbert on P10. Montermini on P11 with the 40. That's a pretty amazing result as well.
Verstappen.
Coulthard.
Luca Badoer.
Verstappen on P12. Then Coulthard, Badoer on P13. Coulthard on P14. Irvine on P15, massively out-qualified by Schumacher. Fisichella on P16. Barrichello on P17, he lost against his teammate as well. Katayama on P18, Berger on P19. Oof. What was going on here? Lamy on P20, Frentzen on P21, and Rosset on P22 closing the grid. So there's actually quite an elusive back of the pack. And the lights are out, the race is on. We have to brake already not to hit Panis, and we go by. And Salo, what is he doing? He just takes the corner straight and takes out Häkkinen. Okay, let's have a look at it from Salo's perspective. So he starts. We are faster for a while, then he goes out all the way to the right, hits the wall, and just flies right in front of Häkkinen. What was this? And after the start, we're already up to P6, overtaking quite a lot of cars. Well, actually, not a lot of cars. We started from P8, and Brundle actually hit the wall. And someone lost the front wing. I think that was Brundle's front wing. So we make the easy overtake. And now we go after Schumacher. And we're going for an optimistic maneuver here. Don't leave him any space so he loses his front wing on the wall. And we're up to P4. I'm not entirely sure why Schumacher didn't back off there instead of trying to force his way past me. But now he's forced to a pit stop. Verstappen is already out, Montermini already out. And now it's Panis right behind us. As you can see, he's also pretty close. And Villeneuve is already away somewhere in the distance with an 8 seconds lead. I guess those who managed to avoid Salo's suicide dive bomb on the first corner, they managed to build a bit of a gap within 2 laps. So hopefully we might actually see some racing this season on this track, unlike last year. And
Marking
we're
Brundle.
still within a second to Panis. Now it's a bit more, which is good, as I'm trying to get away from him as much as possible to make sure that we don't make any contact. We don't want to repeat the German incident. And Villeneuve is still crazy fast. And again, Schumacher lost out quite heavily as we hit the wall a little. He was forced into an early pit stop
Villeneuve.
after starting from P2, so not having a good season, not a good season for Ferrari at all.
Gerhard Berger.
So hopefully they can get better over time and just be back in the competition. However, I don't mind, to be honest, because it just gives us a better chance to end up on the podium for both the title, both the driver championship and both the constructors championship. And now we go towards the tunnel, still within a second to Panis, and
Hill.
more than 10 seconds, well, now it's less than 10 seconds to
Alesi.
Villeneuve. And it's a yellow flag as we exit the tunnel. And what the hell is going on here?
Jan Alesi.
That was Coulthard. And so let's see. So here comes Alesi. And he collects the front wing of his teammate and leaves his own, that gets collected by, I think that was Villeneuve, and here was the one who got away. So here is Villeneuve's perspective. Yes, he collected that front wing. Oh my god. And here goes Damon Hill, who is actually the lucky one in this incident, as he was able to pass them without any trouble. So yeah, that's the race leader out of the race. So Alesi out, and since it was a Benetton front wing that caused the whole accident, I assume Berger is out as well. And Villeneuve and Coulthard are out as well. So McLaren, both McLaren cars are out of the race, one of the Williamses as well. And I think by now both Benetton cars are out, which leaves us in P2, which is pretty amazing. So we're on the podium again, and all we need to do is just to finish the race, and we already have a 15 seconds gap to our, well, not even our teammate anymore, it's Fisichella, which means Panis is either out of the race or is in the pits after losing a front wing. He probably got caught up in that massive accident after the tunnel. And Hill now has a convincing 17 seconds lead. So unless he makes a mistake that would probably cost him the race as well, I don't think we'll be able to catch up to him. After all, he's still driving a Williams. And it's already only lap 4, and well, about half the pack is out of the race already. So as expected, the AI is going to sabotage this one as well. As we enter the straight and about to start lap 5. So it's still Hill in front and Fisichella behind, and we're just about halfway between the two on P2. Imagine when Fisichella is on P3 with a Minardi. There must be some race for sure. And the only question now, who will make the next mistake? Is it gonna be Hill? Is it gonna be us? Or is it gonna be Fisichella? And the other question that I would really like to know now, where is Panis?
Damon Hill.
I hope he's still in the race though.
Heel.
And since there are only a few cars left, oh, that was the front wing of, I think, maybe one of the arrows. I don't know. So, yeah, I was just about to say that now that there are so few cars left, there's gonna be few accidents after the tunnel, which is good. However, I would like to have an actual race on this track where the AI just doesn't destroy itself. And Hill is out of the race and we're up in the lead. Oh my god. So again, the question is the same as it was on last season. Is there anyone left at all? And the answer is yes. Fisichella is still in the race.
Katayama.
So at least there's at least two of us, and I think by this time Panis was out of the race, so again no double points or double podium for our team. I wish he wasn't this unlucky as he is this season. Last year's Panis was a lot better. So yeah, I think by now there's two, three, four of us left in the race at most. Maybe I should do a trip to the pits just to see how many cars are out. And if you have any tips how to make the AI actually race on this track, then just leave it in the comments. I'm happy to try anything to make an actual race happen on this track. Because lowering the aggression wasn't really helpful. Currently for this race we're on 25%. As you can see, it doesn't really make any changes. So I'm starting to really think that it's more the waypoints of the track rather than the actual aggression that causes the accidents.
Pani.
But well, after this it's gonna be next season. Hopefully that one's gonna be better. But for now, this time I don't plan to retire from the race because it gets boring. So yeah, prepare yourself for 30 more laps of what the... And that's another Ferrari out. Oh boy. Yeah, so there's been more than the two of us so far. And yeah, it just looks like the same mistake. Probably he collected that front wing that was laying there in the previous lap. Where was I before? I think I was talking about the waypoints, and that I hope that at some point I can actually have a proper race on this track. And Fisichella is out of the race.
Fisichella.
I think he got caught up in that Ferrari misery, and now, well, who knows who else is left. And yeah, I don't plan to retire from the race just because it gets boring, so prepare yourself for another 30 laps of absolute boredom. It's good that I cut the videos, otherwise it would be a really boring video. And Herbert is still in the race, which is pretty cool, I guess. So there's still at least two of us. Rosset, who was starting from last place. So I think that's about it. That should be pretty much it. Ourselves, Herbert and Rosset. And everyone else is just out of the race. And from this point on it's just who lasts longer. Just who can keep the car in one piece for the longest period of time. Whoever can do that will win the race. I think Herbert is more than 30 seconds behind. So yeah, I don't think even after pit stop it's not gonna get a lot closer. So all we need to do is just to pay attention and just bring the car home and win the race. And with the current standings, I think we have 4, 5, 6 points of difference with Villeneuve, which means we would be leading the championship if we can win the race. So it's something to look forward to, especially because after this race we will have Barcelona, the Spanish Grand Prix, and I think last year we could have won the race if not for that massive fail with the pit tactics that I did with changing to the rainy tires while it wasn't raining too bad. And we hit the wall, and we hit the other wall, and well, we're not gonna go anywhere with this car. Yep, that rear wheel is gone, both wings are gone, and here is your winner. Johnny Herbert wins the Monaco Grand Prix of 1996, with the only other finisher being Ricardo Rosset. And as predicted, everyone else is out of the race, as you can see. Yeah, so Salo's action at the start actually cost 8 cars. He might have a word with FIA after the race, so not much of a change on the standings. Villeneuve is still leading, and not much of a change on the constructor standings either. Arrows and Sauber got points, actually quite a lot. So yeah, this was the Monaco Grand Prix, and I'll see you at the next race in Spain. Goodbye.